Hey,
They're about ready to get started.
When are they getting started?
They're about ready to get started.
We're about ready to get started here. Why does good communication matter? Huh, Adam?
I couldn't understand you.
Exactly. That's my point. Today we're going to find out. You missed the whole beginning part of that. Adam and I were on a roll.
Did you want me to walk back out and come back in like it?
Take two.
Let's go.
Two peanuts were walking down the road.
Did you get a
One
chance
was
to-
assaulted. That wasn't my good joke. That was
That was absolutely.
that's a
Cut that
backup
out.
joke. Eric loves it.
Was it cut that? What is the old Nickelodeon one? Cut that.
I could use second lunch. It says it's time for 11sies?
What about 11sies?
11sies? Yeah, it's from the Lord of the Rings. Screw you, Joey.
Yeah, haven't you heard
I'm
of
not
that,
a virgin.
that ring?
I don't live in my parents' basement. I don't know what you're talking about.
Welcome everybody. I'm Randy with Extreme Sandbox. Yay! We're gonna have a lot of fun here.
I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, I've talked to customers spending $50,000, $100,000 a month on telecom, and they feel like they're not cared about from their provider. Can you imagine? What do you think a 20-seat customer feels? It's not good. So amazing service is everything to us. We'll talk about that.
You're now live in a 26-ton excavator. Hands on the outside joysticks. We're gonna start with one hand. We're gonna start by doing one motion at a time. So with nice and slow with your right hand, start going right hand back. That's gonna start raising the boom all the way up. I work for a de-icing company, and after we're done de-icing the plane, we get what's called a readback, where we tell the pilot essentially what kind of fluid is used, when we used it, that he's clear of all contaminants. There was a situation at a different airport, wasn't Minneapolis. There was two pilots next to each other in different planes, and they had similar call signs. So it might have been like SkyWest 3542 and SkyWest 3452. The de-icers that had finished one plane gave a readback, and the other pilot thought it was for him. So he started taxiing forward while there were still de-ice trucks in front of him. Caused a big accident. No one was hurt, but millions of dollars in damage. But the moral of the story is the communication wasn't there. They overheard something that they thought was for them, caused them a lot of embarrassment. That's just one good example of why communication is very important. Cool? Yeah, it was awesome. Thanks. You did good. Yeah, you did good. No, you did really good. No.
That good, huh?
how was it?
It was awesome. Hope to come do that again.
Why good communication is important, or why communication is important, period. You guys seem to be in the communications industry.
It was very important to me that he was communicating with me, so I appreciated that there was a headset that worked, and I felt a lot less nervous. So that's my plus for communication.
You think the experience was better because of it?
I would have no clue what I was doing without him telling me, so yes.
What do you
Good
think?
communication is important because bad communication sucks. Word.
Can I quote you on that? That's good. That's pretty good.
channel manager at Nextiva. I'm here with Brenda Eisenshake and Ira Fierstein, and we just got done with this Minnesota Roadshow at the Extreme Sandbox. Brenda's been a partner of ours for a little bit over a year, and just here to have a conversation about Nextiva and the entire experience.
Sounds great. So what'd you think of the Extreme Sandbox event?
Oh, you know, it was really awesome, and just like Nextiva takes things to the extreme, so they here at the Extreme Sandbox, so it was really great.
Did you get to break anything or destroy anything?
I did. I got to crush a light or headlight or whatever on the car. And, yeah, I actually sat up in one of the bulldozers, and that was pretty fun too.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I would have to say that good communication, everybody communicates in a different way. So you really have to understand how people are trying to communicate with you and what their form or their method of communication is. There's so many different generations, and they all communicate differently. So we have to be on top of it and know every means of communication out there so that we're doing it effectively.
That was quite the event.
That was awesome. Those guys were a lot of fun.
What are you doing?
I am going, we're switching out excavators tomorrow. Komatsu gets us some great equipment, so actually it's kind of bittersweet because this is one of our original Komatsu excavators to this site. Poor little guy is going to a new family. So we're getting a newer, better looking, I was gonna say smaller, but it's not, it's gonna be the same. I don't know, I was gonna make a dating reference there, but no.
So
I love her.
I've kept asking people today why communication is important.
Why communication is important?
Yeah.
Wow, communication is like everything, right? Well, you use it in everything. I mean, for us, it's kind of, you know, funny because we're communicating to our clients and the equipment, so it's all about, we use a wireless system that we can talk to them, we can talk to them, they can talk to their families, spectators, so it's big. I see more of a challenge as talking to my team is, I would say I suck at communication. I would say the team probably admits that. Listening is definitely not my... Why are you Ira's kind of smirking right there. How about communication is the toughest part that people probably don't focus on enough? They focus on the task and not how to communicate the task. That's probably, I think most times when I've ever been let down, it's not because the employee or co-worker, whoever, it's not how they execute it, it's the fact that I failed to communicate the expectation. That's probably the biggest challenge. If you don't communicate clearly what you're looking for, then that's the results you're gonna get.
Some pretty good, some pretty good advice.
Yeah, did you give your advice yet?
I didn't.
What? Give me the camera. Okay, so Mr. IROC,
Yeah.
what's your advice? What's communication mean to you?
Kommunikasjon betyr det betyr alt. Det betyr mennesker har alltid kommunisert, og det mennesker elsker å
Subtitles.
fortelle historier
Here.
og dele følelser og tanker, og det hvordan vi knytter oss sammen, ikke sant? Gjennom kommunikasjon og prate sammen. So I think that's my...
Was that Russian? Where are you from again? Bye everybody, hope you had a good day.
See ya.